What is up, guys? Welcome back to Gamer Grade. As usual, it's Jay, and today I'll be deep diving into the complex skill systems of Cyberpunk 2077. Be warned, downloading so much information in a single session could cause V's cyberware to glitch out like an unfinished video game.
Did you see what happened? Something feels off here.
You don't say.
I'll be covering the 5 main attributes, the 12 associated skills, the numerous underlying perks, and all upgradable traits. If that sounds good to you, then make sure to punch that thumbs up real good. Attributes in Cyberpunk 2077 are the cornerstone of character progression, and there's 5 in total: body, reflexes, technical ability, intelligence, and cool. Each of these grants a unique set of passive bonuses, which can be viewed in detail simply by hovering over them with your cursor. These bonuses will permanently improve by the amounts shown for each and every attribute point you spend, starting at the mandatory level of 3. For example, for every attribute point you invest into reflexes, your passive evasion and crit chance will increase by 1%, and your mantis blade damage will increase by 3. For every attribute point you invest into intelligence, your RAM capacity increases by 4%, quick hack damage increases by 0.5%, and quick hack duration increases by 1%, so on and so forth. Each attribute can be leveled up to a maximum level of 20, so this means it's impossible to max level all 5 attributes in any one playthrough. For this reason, you'll need to plan in advance which attributes are the most beneficial to level to work in synergy with your intended playstyle. You start the game with 22 attribute points. Each attribute has a mandatory starting level of 3, so that's 15 points automatically invested at the start of a new game. This leaves 7 attribute points for you to freely distribute during the character creation process. In the base game, V has a level cap of 50 and earns a single attribute point for every level gained. This means you can potentially earn an additional 49 attribute points in any one playthrough. 22 plus 49 equals a grand total of 71 possible attribute points. As all 5 attributes cap out at level 20, it's only possible to max out 3 in any single game, leaving 11 points to invest into attributes of secondary importance. There's also 12 important skills which you need to consider, which are each governed by one of the 5 main attributes. By hovering over an attribute with your cursor, reveals which skills that particular attribute governs. For example, the body attribute is connected to 3 skills: Annihilation, Athletics, and Street Brawler. Check out this chart. At a glance, you can clearly see all 5 attributes and their associated passive bonuses, which improve with every attribute point invested. You can also see all 12 related skills and their underlying proficiencies to the right. This chart alone will allow you to plan in advance where you should be investing the majority of your available attribute points, all in accordance with your intended build and playstyle. Just like the 5 main attributes to the left, all 12 skills to the right also have a maximum level of 20. However, all these skills also have a soft cap, which equals the current level of its governing attribute. For example, if your body attribute is currently at level 10, this means the Athletics, Annihilation, and Street Brawler skills will also be capped at level 10 until the governing attribute is raised. To be able to max out any of the 12 skills to its hard cap of level 20, the associated governing attribute will also need to be leveled accordingly as a prerequisite. If you intend to go all in, guns blazing, soaking up a ton of damage while doing so, then body, reflexes, and cool should be your top priority attributes. Primary skills would be athletics under body to maximise survivability, cold blood under cool to maximise combat efficiency, then any of the other skills under body and reflexes to maximise the efficiency of your weapons of choice. If you intend to instead focus on stealth, remain undetected, and perform all manner of net-running espionage while hidden in the shadows, then cool, intelligence, and body should be your top priority attributes. The stealth skill under the cool attribute is an obvious choice for stealthy netrunners, maximising the damage dealt while you remain undetected and greatly improving your stealth proficiency and sneak-related options. Both Breach Protocol and Quickhacking skills governed by the Intelligence attribute are perfect for neutralising enemies from a distance and broadening your options for manipulating the environment for creative stealthy tactics. The passive bonus for the Body attribute will greatly improve the speed you move while grappling enemies, as well as the duration you can keep them grappled, making planned stealthy takedowns quick, easy and efficient. The higher your Body attribute, the higher your chances will be for passing body skill checks required to force open certain doors and barriers, as well as hijacking all types of vehicles. Any of the 3 skills governed by Body are a boon for overcoming sticky situations when your cover is blown, or when straight up violence is your only option, enabling any stealth operative to become a force to be reckoned with if and when the need arises. If you want to be able to craft the most powerful legendary weapons and items available in the game, then the crafting skill under the technical ability attribute is a must. When you reach crafting skill level 18, you're granted access to the Edge Runner Artisan perk, which unlocks the ability to craft all the very best legendary items in the game, with the highest possible stats. Remember, there's no hard and fast rules and no right and wrong builds, so if you prefer to equally distribute your points to develop all 5 attributes to a level below 20, then feel free to do so. However, having a more focused build is ultimately more rewarding. But the bottom line is, having fun with experimentation and improvisation is what this game is all about. As you can see to the right of the chart, each of the 12 skills grants access to a various number of underlying perks. The Athletics skill under the Body attribute has 21 perks on its skill tree. Let's take a look at this skill tree now, as displayed in the game. The perks displayed on all 12 skill trees require yellow perk points to unlock. The perks situated toward the outer edges of each tree typically require higher levels of the governing attribute to unlock for purchase. Some perks have multiple tiers, up to a maximum of 3 tiers, meaning you can invest more than 1 perk point to further increase the desired effects of the perk. Grayed out perks indicate the required governing attribute level is not yet met, and therefore the perk remains locked. Red coloured perks mean the perk is available but no points have currently been invested. Blue coloured perks mean points have been invested but additional tiers are still available. And gold coloured perks mean the perk has been fully unlocked and maxed out. To make all the information far easier to digest, I've laid out all the skills and perks available in the game on clear and concise tables. Every table has been arranged in rows of ascending order of the governing attribute level requirements, which are all displayed in the right-hand column. The number of tiers each perk possesses is displayed in the second column next to the name of the corresponding perk. The improved effects of each tier is clearly displayed in the middle description, with their increased effects separated by a / where applicable. As you can see, the Athletics skill offers many perks which maximise V's survivability and combat effectiveness in almost any situation. So for all builds and playstyles, investing in Athletics will be beneficial. As is the case with all 12 skills, Athletics can be leveled up to a maximum level of 20, automatically unlocking permanent bonuses for each skill level gained. These additional bonuses are known as skill rewards. You can see the rewards granted for each skill level gained by scrolling the skill progression bar situated to the bottom left of each skill tree. These rewards are earned in addition to the perks you manually unlock on the skill tree itself. On this chart you can see all the possible skill rewards for the 3 skills governed by the Body attribute: Athletics, Annihilation and Street Brawler. To unlock any skill rewards, you need to earn skill experience by performing specific actions which relate to that particular skill. So for athletics, performing actions which drain stamina, such as melee combat, sprinting, jumping and fast swimming, will all earn athletics experience, hence raising its skill progression bar. Also, passing any body skill checks gated behind a certain level of the body attribute, such as forcing open doors and hijacking vehicles, will also earn athletics experience. Every time you gain a new level for any of the 12 skills, a white message box will be clearly displayed at the top of the screen, confirming which skill was leveled and the associated skill up reward. In this case, I reached Quickhacking skill level 7, which permanently increases all quick hack durations by 5%. Just like blue attribute points, you earn a single yellow perk point for every level V gains. You'll notice on the chart you also receive perk points as skill rewards when reaching certain levels of each skill. Just like regular perk points, you can assign these to any of the 12 skill trees you desire. For the athletics skill, you can earn an additional perk point when you reach skill levels 3, 7, 8, 10, 11, 16 and 19. That's 7 additional perk points in total for athletics alone. All the other skill trees will also offer an additional 6 to 7 perk points in total, all just waiting to be unlocked. Perk points can also be randomly found in the environment by simply picking up items called perk shards. These items are very rare, so make sure to loot every container you come across. It's worth noting that you can reset all your spent perk points, allowing you to redistribute across all 12 skill trees. So don't worry too much about making the perfect choices from the start. To do this, simply visit any Ripper dock, click on the trade tab at the top and purchase the legendary progression shard named Tabula e Rasa. As you can see, it costs a significant number of eddies per shard, so you want to keep this exercise to a minimum. Blue attribute points on the other hand are permanent once spent. So when assigning these, be sure to take extra time to decide which of the 5 attributes will likely benefit you the most in the long term. When you earn enough experience to eventually reach level 20 for each of the 12 skills, you'll unlock a special perk called a trait with a unique name. These special traits are always located at the bottom of each skill tree, and all 12 traits can be indefinitely upgraded using perk points, allowing you to endlessly improve these stats. In the case of athletics, the level 20 trait will increase armor and resistances by 10% for 10 seconds every time you enter combat. This can be indefinitely increased by 1% with each additional perk point spent. The second skill governed by the body attribute is Annihilation. As you can see, you should only consider investing perk points into this tree if you plan on using shotguns and light machine guns for the majority of the game, greatly increasing your efficiency and effectiveness with these weapons. If not, then save your perk points for another skill tree, which better serves your intended combat and playstyle. As you can see on the reward chart, by leveling the Annihilation skill, you can earn an additional 7 perk points in total. The stat improvements rewarded at the remaining levels apply to shotguns, light machine guns, and temporary heavy machine guns only. To earn Annihilation experience and increase its level, you simply need to damage enemies using these guns. Even if you never plan to unlock or use any of the perks on the Annihilation skill tree, it's still beneficial to perform the required actions to level it to match the current level of its governing attribute, thus unlocking any free perk points and passive bonuses exclusively rewarded for simply leveling the skill. When you earn enough experience to reach Annihilation skill level 20, you'll unlock its upgradable trait named Bloodbath, located at the very bottom of its skill tree. The third skill governed by the body attribute is Street Brawler. As you can see, you should only consider investing perk points into this tree if you plan on using blunt melee weapons for the majority of the game, greatly increasing your efficiency and effectiveness with these types of weapons. Blunt melee weapons also include fists, gorilla arms and the monowire, as well as the usual bats, pipes, hammers and wrenches. As you can see on the reward chart, by leveling the Street Brawler skill, you can earn an additional 7 perk points in total. The stat improvements rewarded at the remaining levels apply to blunt weapons only. To earn Street Brawler experience and increase its level, you simply need to damage enemies using all types of blunt weapons. Damaging enemies with the superhero landing while the Berserk cyberware is active will also increase Street Brawler experience. Even if you never plan to unlock or use any of the perks on the Street Brawler skill tree, it's still beneficial to perform the required actions to level it to match the current level of its governing attribute, thus unlocking any free perk points and passive bonuses exclusively rewarded for simply leveling the skill. When you earn enough experience to reach Street Brawler skill level 20, you'll unlock its upgradable trait named Gorilla, located at the very bottom of its skill tree. The first skill governed by the Reflexes attribute is the Assault skill. As you can see, you should only consider investing perk points into this tree if you plan on using rifles and submachine guns for the majority of the game, greatly increasing your efficiency and effectiveness with these types of weapons. If not, then save your perk points for another skill tree, which better serves your intended combat and playstyle. As you can see on the reward chart, by leveling the Assault skill, you can earn an additional 7 perk points in total. The stat improvements rewarded at the remaining levels apply to rifles and submachine guns only. To earn Assault experience and increase its level, you simply need to damage enemies using assault rifles, sniper rifles, and submachine guns. Even if you never plan to unlock or use any of the perks on the Assault skill tree, it's still beneficial to perform the required actions to level it to match the current level of its governing attribute, thus unlocking any free perk points and passive bonuses exclusively rewarded for simply leveling the skill. When you earn enough experience to reach Assault skill level 20, you'll unlock its upgradable trait named Punisher, located at the very bottom of its skill tree. The second skill governed by the Reflexes attribute is the Handgun skill. As you can see, you should only consider investing perk points into this tree if you plan on using pistols and revolvers for the majority of the game, greatly increasing your efficiency and effectiveness with these types of weapons. If not, then save your perk points for another skill tree, which better serves your intended combat and playstyle. As you can see on the reward chart, by leveling the Handgun skill, you can earn an additional 7 perk points in total. The stat improvements rewarded at the remaining levels apply to pistols and revolvers only. To earn handgun experience and increase its level, you simply need to damage enemies using pistols and revolvers. Even if you never plan to unlock or use any of the perks on the Handgun skill tree, it's still beneficial to perform the required actions to level it to match the current level of its governing attribute, thus unlocking any free perk points and passive bonuses exclusively rewarded for simply leveling the skill. When you earn enough experience to reach Handgun skill level 20, you'll unlock its upgradable trait, the Good, the Bad, the Ugly, located at the very bottom of its skill tree. The third skill governed by the Reflexes attribute is the Blade skill. As you can see, you should only consider investing perk points into this tree if you plan on using bladed weapons for the majority of the game, greatly increasing your efficiency and effectiveness with these types of weapons. Blades also include the Mantis Blade's cyber weapon, as well as the usual katanas, knives and machetes. If not, then save your perk points for another skill tree which better serves your intended combat and playstyle. As you can see on the reward chart, by leveling the Blade skill, you can earn an additional 7 perk points in total. The stat improvements rewarded at the remaining levels apply to blade weapons only. To earn Blade's experience and increase its level, you simply need to damage enemies using any bladed weapon, including the Mantis Blades. Even if you never plan to unlock or use any of the perks on the Blade skill tree, it's still beneficial to perform the required actions to level it to match the current level of its governing attribute, thus unlocking any free perk points and passive bonuses exclusively rewarded for simply leveling the skill. When you earn enough experience to reach Blade skill level 20, you'll unlock its upgradable trait named Dragon Strike, located at the very bottom of its skill tree. The first of 2 skills governed by the technical ability attribute is the crafting skill. As you can see, you should only consider investing perk points into this tree if you plan on crafting your own items, such as weapons, grenades and clothing, greatly increasing your crafting proficiency. When you reach level 5 for the technical ability attribute, the True Craftsman perk will become available, allowing you to craft rare quality crafting specs you've acquired thus far. Crafting specs are also known as blueprints. When you reach level 12 for the technical ability attribute, the Grease Monkey perk will become available, allowing you to craft epic quality crafting specs you've acquired thus far. Finally, when you reach level 18 for the technical ability attribute, the Edge Runner Artisan perk will become available, allowing you to craft the most desirable legendary quality items in the game. As expected, legendary gear offers the highest possible stats and highest possible mod slots across the board. All crafting specs you've acquired thus far, from common to legendary, will all be listed under the crafting page, ready for you to craft once you've unlocked the associated perk. When browsing vendors' goods, it's easy to quickly identify any crafting specs they have for sale, as they'll always possess a square gridded background as shown here, indicating it's a blueprint. Both crafting components and upgrade components are primarily acquired by manually dismantling items in your inventory, including weapons, clothes and junk. They can also be looted from defeated enemies as well as found in random containers dotted around the environment. If you have the spare eddies, you can also purchase them from gun shop and junk shop vendors to top up those hard to find epic and legendary components. If you find you need to acquire more crafting components for crafting higher tier items, then a useful perk named Tune Up, made available at technical ability level 16, will enable you to instantly upgrade your numerous lower tier crafting components into rare quality higher tier ones. Bear in mind, upgrade components cannot be upgraded in this manner, and can only be acquired via the conventional methods just mentioned. Other helpful perks are Mechanic, which increases crafting components rewarded when disassembling items, Cost Optimization, available at Technical Ability Attribute level 14, which greatly reduces the component cost of crafting items, and Waste Not Want Not, available at Technical Ability Attribute level 16, which returns any installed mods when disassembling items, rather than destroying them. The only craftable items that are not unlocked via the crafting skill tree are quick hacks, which are exclusively found under the quick hacking skill tree, governed by the intelligence attribute. As you can see to the left of the inventory backpack screen, quick hacks have their own dedicated crafting components, which are completely separate from weapons and clothing components, displayed just above. For detailed information on quick hacks and their related skill tree, make sure to check out the relevant section timestamped in the description. As you can see on the reward chart, by leveling the crafting skill you can earn an additional 6 perk points in total. To earn crafting experience and increase its level, you simply need to craft, upgrade or dismantle items. Even if you never plan to unlock or use any of the perks on the crafting skill tree, it's still beneficial to perform the required actions to level it to match the current level of its governing attribute, thus unlocking any free perk points and passive bonuses exclusively rewarded for simply leveling the skill. When you earn enough experience to reach crafting level 20, you'll unlock its upgradable trait named Crazy Science, located at the very bottom of its skill tree. The second of two skills governed by the technical ability attribute is the engineering skill. As you can see, you should only consider investing perk points into this tree if you plan on using tech weapons or grenades for the majority of your playthrough, greatly increasing your efficiency and effectiveness with these types of weapons. Grenades come in several different flavors, such as frag for physical damage, flashbang for blinding, EMP for electrical damage, biohazard for poison damage, incendiary for burn damage, and recon grenades for highlighting and tracking enemies. Tech weapons are a class of weapon that can be charged up by holding down the trigger, resulting in more powerful attacks. Tech weapons are also the only weapon that can penetrate cover positions and walls, and just like grenades, are ideal for flushing out defensive opponents. When you reach level 20 for the technical ability attribute, the superconductor perk becomes available to unlock, enabling tech weapon attacks to completely ignore the armor ratings of enemies, transforming all of your tech weapons into insta-killing bringers of death. As you can see on the reward chart, by leveling the engineering skill, you can earn an additional 7 perk points in total. To earn engineering experience and increase its level, you simply need to damage enemies using grenades or tech weapons, as well as perform actions gated behind a certain level of technical ability, such as opening locked doors or barriers. Even if you never plan to unlock or use any of the perks on the engineering skill tree, it's still beneficial to perform the required actions to level it to match the current level of its governing attribute, thus unlocking any free perk points and passive bonuses exclusively rewarded for simply leveling the skill. When you earn enough experience to reach engineering skill level 20, you'll unlock its upgradable trait named Revamp, located at the very bottom of its skill tree. The first of 2 skills governed by the intelligence attribute is the breach protocol skill. As you can see, you should only consider investing perk points into this tree if you plan on hacking devices or enemies using the breach protocol minigame, allowing you to upload malware daemons to vulnerable networks for instant rewards or environmental manipulation. There are 2 instances when breach protocol hacking can be implemented. The first is by physically jacking in using a short cable to compatible electronic devices you'll find dotted around the environment, such as access points, computer terminals, and even some vending machines. These devices will always display a red networking icon when scanned, indicating you can physically connect to or jack in to that particular device when approached. Successful breach protocols via this jacking in method will always reward you with eddies, quick hacks, and quick hack components, so is usually worth the time invested. The second method for breach protocol hacking is via remote access from a distance using a quick hack, allowing you to breach the local network at large and not just isolated terminals. This is achieved by scanning enemies themselves or by scanning the environment for electronic devices, identified by a red intelligence icon. This will present you with a list of compatible quick hacking options, and at the top you'll find the option to perform the breach protocol quick hack if the scanned target possesses suitable vulnerabilities. By default, the breach protocol quick hack will give you access to the Ice Pick daemon, allowing you to reduce the RAM cost of all quick hacks performed on all targets connected to the local network thereafter. As the Ice Pick minigame is so quick and easy, it's usually worth uploading before performing any other quick hacks available to you. As you can see on the breach protocol skill tree, unlocking the Big Sleep, Mass Vulnerability, Turret Shutdown, and Turret Tamer perks will add additional daemon sequences to the breach protocol quick hack minigame, allowing you to manipulate all cameras or turrets in the local network, as well as reduce all enemy resistances by 30%. If you need a step-by-step beginner's guide explaining how the breach protocol minigame works and how to obtain the best results each and every time, make sure to check out the video guide linked in the description. As you can see on the reward chart, by leveling the breach protocol skill, you can earn an additional 6 perk points in total. To earn breach protocol experience and increase its level, you need to successfully upload daemons via the breach protocol minigame. Even if you never plan to unlock or use any of the perks on the breach protocol skill tree, it's still beneficial to perform the required actions to level it to match the current level of its governing attribute, thus unlocking any free perk points and passive bonuses exclusively rewarded for simply leveling the skill. When you earn enough experience to reach breach protocol skill level 20, you'll unlock its upgradable trait named Transmigration, located at the very bottom of its skill tree. The second of 2 skills governed by the intelligence attribute is the Quickhacking skill. As you can see, you should only consider investing perk points into this tree if you plan on quick hacking electronic devices for environmental manipulation, or quick hacking enemies, allowing you to weaken, inflict damage, or incapacitate them at a distance. Quick hacking is always initiated by activating your environmental scanner, usually at a distance from the target, allowing you to remain hidden and out of harm's way. When your scanner is active, time is greatly slowed, giving you ample time to review and apply quick hacks you deem suitable for a desired outcome. All enemies are viable quick hack targets, as well as electronic devices which possess the red intelligence icon. A few examples of quick hacking the environment would be to distract enemies, drawing them to a specific location, exploding or overloading devices, activating or moving machinery, controlling or disabling security cameras, and reprogramming security turrets. Examples of quick hacking enemies would result in distracting, deafening, blinding, weakening, damaging, poisoning, paralysing, killing, and pinging the local network to reveal all connected enemies and devices. Breach Protocol is also available in remote quick hack form, which was covered in detail previously. All the available quick hack options during missions are determined by your currently installed operating system Cyberdeck, as well as the additional quick hacks you've manually installed into your Cyberdeck's mod slots. So the more mod slots your Cyberdeck has, the more quick hacks you can install for missions. To check this, simply go to the menu screen, highlight Inventory, click Cyberware, then click Operating System to the top right. Your currently installed Cyberdeck is displayed to the top left. All your available Cyberdeck mod slots and currently installed quick hacks are displayed to the left. And in the center, you'll find all your currently available quick hacks ready for installation. It's a good idea to upgrade your Cyberdeck as soon as possible. A good Ripper Doc who sells high-end Cyberdecks can be found very early game at the back of the Kabuki Market. To get there, simply fast travel to the Kabuki Market's travel point, cross the road, then head down the steps which lead into the market to the southwest. The Ripper Doc's practice is located on ground level, at the very back of the marketplace. For 35,000 eddies, he'll sell you the Raven Microcyber Mark IV, giving you 10 base RAM, 8 buffer nodes for Breach Protocol, 6 mod slots, and 10 pre-installed quick hacks for immediate use on the field. Well worth the asking price. As a side note, you can only install or replace any cyberware implants displayed on the cyberware inventory screen by first visiting a Ripper Doc. You cannot freely install implants yourself. For example, if you click on any of the 3 implant slots available on your frontal cortex, by simply opening your inventory screen, nothing will happen. For this reason, be sure to visit Ripper Docs often, to see which implants you can replace with superior ones that you may already own. Your currently owned implants will be clearly marked as owned in cyan. If not, then the cost to purchase each implant will be displayed to the bottom right of its description box. The only items you can freely change yourself on the cyberware inventory screen are the mods that install into the actual implants themselves. The number of mods available, if any, are displayed to the right of each implant. In the case of your Cyberdeck, you can freely swap out quick hacks in the available mod slots whenever you want. But to replace the Cyberdeck itself, or to view alternative Cyberdecks which you already own, you'll first need to visit a Ripper Doc. Quick hacks can be purchased from Netrunner vendors, but the best legendary quick hacks will either have to be crafted yourself using quick hack components, or given as random rewards for uploading daemons during the Breach Protocol minigame. To double your chances of quick hacks being rewarded, make sure to unlock the perk named Datamine Virtuoso, made available on the Breach Protocol skill tree when you reach Intelligence Attribute level 12. To craft quick hacks yourself, you'll first need to unlock the following perks, which are all located under the quick hacking skill tree and not the crafting skill tree as you'd initially assume. School of Hard Hacks, available at Intelligence level 12, will allow you to craft rare quality quick hacks. Hacker Overlord, available at Intelligence level 16, will allow you to craft epic quality quick hacks. And finally, Bart Moss's Legacy, available at Intelligence level 20, will allow you to craft the most potent legendary quality quick hacks. Once you've unlocked a required perk, the associated quick hack blueprints will appear under the quick hack submenu of the crafting page, ready for you to craft. Quick hack crafting components are primarily obtained by uploading daemons during the Breach Protocol minigame, and can also be purchased from Netrunner vendors for occasional top-ups. To double the quick hack components rewarded for uploading daemons, make sure to check out the Datamine Mastermind perk, made available on the Breach Protocol skill tree once you reach Intelligence Attribute level 9. The totals of all your currently available crafting, upgrade and quick hack components can all be seen to the left of the inventory backpack screen. As you can see on the reward chart, by leveling the quick hacking skill, you can earn an additional 6 perk points in total. To earn quick hacking experience and increase its level, you simply need to perform quick hacks on enemies and devices in the environment. Even if you never plan to unlock or use any of the perks on the quick hacking skill tree, it's still beneficial to perform the required actions to level it to match the current level of its governing attribute, thus unlocking any free perk points and passive bonuses exclusively rewarded for simply leveling the skill. When you earn enough experience to reach quick hacking skill level 20, you'll unlock its upgradable trait named Master Ram Liberator, located at the very bottom of its skill tree. The first of 2 skills governed by the cool attribute is the stealth skill. As you can see, you should only consider investing perk points into this tree if you plan on remaining undetected during most of the missions in the game. Stealth skills will greatly increase your stealth proficiency, transforming V into a highly effective invisible operative. Weapons fitted with silencer mods are particularly effective for any stealthy situation, greatly increasing the damage dealt from headshots while sneaking. Combined with the silent and deadly perk at the top of the list, as well as the sniper perk unlocked at cool attribute level 9, no living being will be left standing after a clean shot to the cranium. Bear in mind, only weapons with muzzle mod slots can be fitted with a silencer. As you can see on the reward chart, by leveling the stealth skill, you can earn an additional 7 perk points in total. To earn stealth experience and increase its level, you simply need to perform stealth takedowns. Both lethal and non-lethal will contribute, as well as concealing neutralized bodies in suitable containers, such as crates, closets, freezers, refrigerators, dumpsters and trunks. Even if you never plan to unlock or use any of the perks on the stealth skill tree, it's still beneficial to perform the required actions to level it to match the current level of its governing attribute, thus unlocking any free perk points and passive bonuses exclusively rewarded for simply leveling the skill. When you earn enough experience to reach stealth skill level 20, you'll unlock its upgradable trait named Toxicology, located at the very bottom of its skill tree. The second of 2 skills governed by the cool attribute is the Cold Blood skill. As you can see from the perk descriptions, investing perk points into this tree will greatly increase V's combat proficiency and survivability, therefore benefiting any build or playstyle. However, it only really makes sense to invest a lot of perk points into the Cold Blood skill tree if you plan to also invest a lot of perk points into the stealth skill tree, as Cold Blood and stealth share the same governing attribute, cool. Cold Blood is basically a buff that lasts for 10 seconds, and to unlock its effects, you'll first need to invest at least 1 point into the first perk in the skill tree, appropriately named Cold Blood. Every time you take down an enemy via open combat, not stealth, the Cold Blood buff is activated, which increases movement speed by 2% for 10 seconds. When activated, the Cold Blood buff is represented by this red icon, displayed to the right of V's health bar to the top left of the screen. If you've also unlocked Tier 2 or Tier 3 for the Cold Blood perk, the duration of the buff will remain the same at 10 seconds, but movement speed will increase from its initial 2% to 4% or 6% respectively. A 4th stack of Cold Blood is possible with the Coldest Blood perk, unlocked at cool attribute level 11, and a final 5th stack is possible with the Unbreakable perk, unlocked at cool attribute level 16, maxing out the movement buff at 10%. As you can see, by investing additional perk points in the Cold Blood skill tree, you can also increase resistances, increase armor, increase attack speed, increase headshot damage, increase health regen, reduce quick hack upload times and cooldowns, and reduce incoming damage, which all stack with the Cold Blood buff. The Critical Condition perk, made available at cool attribute level 7, will allow you to double the Cold Blood duration to 20 seconds at Tier 2, allowing V to benefit from all the unlocked buffs for much longer. As you can see on the reward chart, by leveling the Cold Blood skill, you can earn an additional 7 perk points in total. To earn Cold Blood experience and increase its level, you simply need to incapacitate enemies while Cold Blood is active. Even if you never plan to unlock or use any of the perks on the Cold Blood skill tree, it's still beneficial to invest at least 1 point into the first perk named Cold Blood, thus automatically activating the buff with every enemy you take down. This will also allow you to perform the required actions to level Cold Blood to match the current level of its governing attribute, thus unlocking any free perk points and passive bonuses exclusively rewarded for simply leveling the skill. When you earn enough experience to reach Cold Blood skill level 20, you'll unlock its upgradable trait named Merciless, located at the very bottom of its skill tree. By examining all the attribute, perk and skill up tables presented in this guide, you can quickly identify how far you'd need to invest in each attribute and skill to unlock all the beneficial perks and bonuses that will maximise the effectiveness of your desired build and playstyle.